Hi, Will Henry here. The more observant viewer will have picked up on the fact that I'm not in the shop. I just had to check and make sure I had the mic on. I'm not in the shop. Instead, I'm up at the rifle range, and we're going to test fire that 6.5 Creedmoor with the Remington barrel on the old pre-war Model 70. The range is just located up behind the house, but it's about 250 yards and all uphill, and I don't have a road in here, so I have to bring everything up in the wagon. Here, let me show you. There it is. And so anyway, and that in the wagon is one of my hunting rifles. It's also going to get shot today. But so anyway, I drag that up in the wagon, and so it takes me a little while to get settled down before I can start shooting. But we're all set up. The nothing fancy here, as you can see. That's an old Hoppy's rest, and believe it or not, that's the rifle rest that I started my bench rest shooting career with back in the early 70s. And believe it or not, I actually won matches with it. But it works fine for this. Now in general, of course, standard practice nowadays is to set the rifle down a little lower, and but that's for bench rest. For everything else, I kind of like to have the rifle higher because I can handle recoil better that way. Not that there's a lot of recoil from a 6.5 Creedmoor. But anyway, so let's get to it. I'll fire a few shots, and we'll see if the darn thing will group at all. I've got the Garmin set up so we can track the velocity. I'm expecting this to give me, probably somewhere around 2550 or maybe pushing 2600. We'll see. But it's just a load I kind of pulled out of the air since I didn't have any date on it. And I don't know if you can even get IMR 4831 right now. But anyway, so we'll see what we get. I've got the scope set on 20 power, which is all I need for this, and we'll see what happens. Okay, that shot reads 2589.9, so my estimate of performance is not far off. And that first shot, I bore sighted it with just looking through the barrel, and that first shot hit about 2 inches above my aiming point, so that's pretty nice. See what happens on the next one. That shot's about a ½ inch to the left of the first one, and it reads 2635. $26.24. $25.48. Now that's an anomaly, and not surprisingly, that one hit a little low, about 3/4 of an inch out of the group. So and that's a mystery. There, that one's back in the group, so. So the average velocity is, according to the little Garmin here, 2592. With a spread of, about 80 feet a second. So not a wonderful load when you come right down to it, but still in all, I'm going to go down and get the target, and we'll see what it did. You'll be paused while I do that, and or what the heck, you might as well just enjoy the scenery. You watch me walk off into the distance. I'll take a new piece of paper with me and stick up there. There, as you can see, that's not spectacular. That's there's about at least an inch and a half, maybe an inch and 3/4 of vertical there, which is not super surprising, given the velocity spread. I would say in general that's not a great load. Now, if I was going to go ahead and work some more with the IMR 4831. I would boost it up a little bit. There's no signs of pressure or anything, and see if I couldn't get that deviation down a little bit. But the reality is, I just don't think that that's a good combination, and so I'll probably switch powders. But the other thing is that I'm only using this IMR 4831 because I had part of a can and wanted to use it up. So this isn't a super disappointment. Nonetheless, I'm going to shoot some more and see if I can't improve a little bit. I built the range here because it's kind of nice and protected, and being in a hollow like this, it kind of keeps the sound in and so on. But today it's a little blustery, and even down in here there's a bit of wind swirling around. I didn't bother setting up any wind flags, but there again, I'm not having any windage issues. But so anyway, I'll try some more off the bench here and see if I can't get a better group next time around here. My platform here for my chair is just a little high, and I think I'm going to have to dig this down about 2 inches. I'll be a little more comfortable. Yeah, to all appearances, the pressure's just fine here. So let's see what we can do. make a little more effort. .26-20. That's really the kind of velocity I expect out of a Creedmoor with 140s. So what I said about jacking the load up to reduce the deviation might not, that might not be good advice. 2580. See, so there's a 40-foot spread right off the bat, and that doesn't really give me a warm and fuzzy feeling. Mind you, the two shots aren't widely spreads, but again, vertical. .2607, and right there with the first shot. .2590. .2561. So not as bad a spread as the first group, and who knows, that might just be because the barrel's fouled a little bit. You got to remember that first group was the first 5 shots the rifle's fired. So, like I say, the barrel's now fouled a little bit. Everything's a little more consistent. Anyway, I'll walk down and get that target, and this time you're not going to watch me walk down the range, because I'm sure it's exciting, but probably not that exciting. So here we go. You're going to get paused. Okay, here we are back again, and here's the second target that we fired with that rifle, and as you can see, it's quite a bit better. And as to why it's better, I suspect it's just because the barrel is fouled a little and kind of starting to break in. As I'd said, that first group was the first 5 shots through the rifle, so you can expect it to need a little settling down. So this group probably goes about 3/4 of an inch. There again, most of the spread is vertical, and I should probably mention this range is not 100 yards. This is 100 and what the heck is it? About 106 meters. I had intended to build a 100-meter range, but then I decided I wanted to put the bench back under the tree, and so I ended up a little long. But so it's about 117 yards, and so the 3/4 inch group, or a little better, isn't really that bad. if I can get it down around 5/8 minute, I'll be satisfied. I'd like to see a half, but like I say, 5/8 would be all right. And you know, the rifle will serve its purpose. Now, just exactly what that purpose is, well, you know, if I'm being honest, there really isn't one. I don't shoot prone matches anymore, but I still like shooting prone, and so it's a rifle for fun, and it shoots well enough, I think, that it'll be fun. But so in the end, what we've done here is we've shown that a Remington barrel fitted to a Winchester and straightened up a little bit can work out all right. And I fully expect this rifle to be able to shoot it in that 5/8 to half minute mark. And like I say, if I can get it to 5/8 on this range, that is a half minute. And so that's going to be just fine. So anyway, that's it. Mission accomplished. And the next time I come out with it, after I take down a couple of trees that are in the way here, I'll shoot it prone and with the sling and see how I can do. And I came up here yesterday with my little excavator and just piled up a mound to shoot from so I can shoot over the grass. And so anyway, I'm kind of set, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm Will Henry.